Welcome everybody, MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies. Special guest Big E up in the broadcast booth with me, cheating, doing the admin and helping me broadcast, Mr. Two Job himself. Daytona, boys, this is where it's at. They're going to be doing 3 wide racing Super Speedway Kings here. 3 wide at Daytona. Nothing new, no big deal. Do it all the time. That's why these guys are the Super Speedway Kings. A lot of excitement coming your way. They're out here practicing right now. 5 minutes to go, and that should take care of about our 5-minute national anthem that MaxspeedTV has to offer at you. Get something to drink, get something to eat, get your butt back here. Hang out with Bobby in the lobby and Big E right here. MaxspeedTV on the YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant
Welcome back, everybody. MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobby. Super Speedway Kings Daytona nighttime. Hey, Big E, you know what the difference is between Daytona and Talladega?
Huge difference. It's a lot smaller. So 3 wide is a lot closer.
You're right. 3 wide is going to be a lot closer. But you know what? You tell that to these 40 drivers that are out here right now. They don't give a crap. It doesn't matter. They're still going to be running 3 wide all the way around this joint. They don't know if they're a Daytona or Talladega. Can't tell the difference. Why? Because these guys are so darn good. They run that close together. And we're going to see that for the next 77 laps.
Open sets, Bobby. Anything can happen. You know, it's even though it's nighttime, the track is nice and cool. Some of these guys, they're going to run those really fast trucks, and they're going to be wearing down them tires. And I just see Daytona coming out of the pits there. There's no banking to it. And like a couple weeks ago, I think Jimmy was one of the guys spun out a little bit there, and it could happen again. If I was racing tonight, I'd definitely be taking 2 tires every time and taking it easy on the come out, because it's definitely tricky.
One thing I do know, Daytona coming down off that track, you come down in that transitional spot going into the pits, you not only got to worry about somebody running into your ass or you running into somebody else's or speeding on pit road, but I've seen so many guys lose it and spin it because coming off that track down into that, I don't know what you want to call that transition right there to pit road, it will absolutely knock you around like crazy. And if you're not standing on that wheel, you're going to go bye-bye.
Oh yeah, that's real tricky. I feel like a Daytona, for some reason, coming into the pits seems so much shorter to me. You know, like you're standing on those brakes and you get them tires superheated. Next thing you know, you're sliding, you're going sideways, you're hitting the truck next to you. It's just such a whole new dynamic here at Daytona. Everything's tighter. I feel like it takes a little more skill. Some people like it. Some people love it. You know, Everett Lane's another guy out there. Daytona's his track. He says it's his track. We're going to see him definitely racing up in the front tonight. He just absolutely loves this place. Me, I prefer Talladega. I feel like I get a little extra room to work with my partner and my teammates out there.
Room is very important, especially when you're 3 wide. I mean, realistically, they're so close together running down here in such a narrow track. You could reach out and slap the water bottle out of another guy's hand if it was possible. You could do it. That's how tight it is here when they run. But they really don't seem to bother him one single bit. And I just noticed Jimmy Crow, as usual, I don't know what this guy's got underneath him, but he's right now on the pole at Daytona. He was on the pole at Talladega last couple times here. I mean, this guy, he's got one heck of a qualifying setup. And as you know, everybody has their own setup, their own team setup, because this is a fixed race. Or a non-fixed race. So what's the difference between a fixed race and a non-fixed race, Big E?
Well, I mean, Mark the Man must have stole his setup from Jimmy, because they posted the exact same qualifying times. But the biggest difference is open sets, you can literally do everything. You can make the car super loose. You can make it super stable and slower, faster in the turns or faster in the straights. You know, but fixed setup tends to be a little bit more stable because the guys work on them, make them more stable. Or they tend to be a little looser, and then they realize the fault in that, because, you know, you don't want people sliding all over the place. Want something that's dependable. But with open sets, you never know what's going to happen. Some guys that get in here, they don't put enough laps in testing them out, especially in the draft, because you got to be in the draft to hit that max speed. Wear them tires out. Next thing you know, like last week, guy's going down a straightaway and the car just gets loose in the turn. Nobody touches him, and it causes a big old wreck. So hopefully tonight they got them dialed in. This nice cool weather, and nobody's going to get hairy out there for sure.
Well, cool weather means faster speeds. Faster speeds means more wear and tear on those tires. And, you know, you wear your tires down and you're 3 wide and you barely got enough room to, you know, put your truck in. You know, that's when stuff starts to hit the fan. It starts to get a little gnarly, I guess is the word you want to use. I don't know if you're hip hop. You're into that hipster stuff, but it gets darn right nasty because it's loose. I mean, it's not like it used to be when you started out. And tire management is kind of a big deal here. And also fuel. You guys, they're going to come to the fuel. They're going to get all the fuel they can get when they come into the pit road, obviously. But then again, like I said, some guys, they're going to want to hang all the way back to the back and let these laps wind down so they can try to miss the big one. It's not if, it's when and how many.
Well, it's 70% fuel. Sometimes we do 50, 60, but 70% is quite a bit. So I could definitely would understand, you know, at least 20% to 30% of the field is going to be hanging in the back there, single file in the back. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the time to do what I like to do best, and that's screw up everybody's last names. It's what I do. It's my forte, Big E. I can't change now. I'm good at it. You're good at something, you stick with it. Am I right?
That's right.
Here we go. Row number 1, 88. I do believe Mr. Gabe Butler. Wow. Take a look at that one, will you, huh? Jimmy Crow right along beside him in row number 1. That's going to be fun to watch. Row number 2, the 04, Mark Mann. Right beside him, Everett F. Lane in the 24 machine. Row 3 is going to be the 17 of J.D. Crow. And Gary Slapinski. I know it's not the name, but I think it's a cool name. I like it. And I'm telling you, Big E, he should be a hockey player. Row number 4, Rick Seabrands. And the 429 beside him, Mr. Paul Witt. This guy's been coming on like, he's just unbelievable. This guy is, I'm looking to see him pull it off here. Tonight might be his night. Row number 5, the 7 is going to be Dale Willoughby. The 90 machine of Gary Jenkins. Row number 60, 071, Eric Lowry. And the 07 of Brian Wang. Row number 7, the number 1, Daniel Lewis. And the 9 machine, Charles M. Johnson. Now, there is an American name I can't even screw up. Row number 8, the 6, Sebastian Marin. The 23 of David Boone beside him. Row number 9, the 5 is going to be Sean Makara. The 31 of Jackson Holbrook. Row 10 consists of the 25, Daniel Holloway. And man, I tell you what, I hope he doesn't drive like he screams, because I think he could break glass. I've heard it. The 77, Zachary Lima. Row 11 consists of the 95, James Mayer, and the 49 is Steven Karosik. Row 12, the 088, Stefan O. Zinski, I believe, but I'm just going to call him Stefan O. The 53 of Paul Sheldon beside him. Row 13 and the 15, Noel Cowers in the 18 machine of James, I believe it's Mohan, who knows. Row 14 to 3, Greg White, can't screw that one up either. And 13, Frank Gromilia. Row 15 to 21, Tony Wright, the 71 beside him of Don Davis. Row 16 to 52, Brent Lee, and the 41 of Tracy Weaver. Row 1785, Al Cena, the 11 of Robert F. Row 18, 00, Thomas Holder. 33, Michael Howlett. Row 19 to 14, Dave Bingo, and the 45 of Todd Siebels. Row 20, the 82 of Paul Fletcher, the 57 of Brian Pierce. And row 21, last, but thank God we got through it all, the 55, Dean Wilkinson. Phew, holy shit, past the Tylenol.
The big field.
Dag, yum. Here we go, Big E. It's going to be green flagging right now, man. We're hitting it.
Man, we got a two-way tie for first place in the points right now. Gary Slapinski and Paul Witt tied for first place with 84 points each.
Now, what's Butler's little trick? What's he going to do? Is he going to run up here up front for a little bit, play around with Mark Mann and Jimmy Crow, J.D. Crow and these guys? Or do you think he's going to slip back into the back like he normally does and ride this puppy out?
Gabe's going to ride in the front, man, and that's where you want to be. That, like you always say, Bobby, the rocket chair position. He's going to be up here until these guys push it 3 wide, or if they're wiggling a little too much, you know, he'll spidey sense it go off. He'll head to the back, you know, where it's a little safer.
And the rocking chair is exactly what we call that, because you're as safe as in your mama's arms, right there on the bottom of the lead truck. That's what every single person on that outside row is trying, and they want to be. They want to be that truck, first one on the inside. That is being occupied by Mr. Gabe Butler.
So far, so good. Looks like the drivers are getting settled in here. They're checking out the race setups, getting a feel for their tape and what it feels like in the draft, and looks like they're just banging down the laps.
Jimmy
Mark the
Crow.
man just got first, just pulled down in first place.
Jips dropped right down on Butler. Butler goes up onto the high side right there. Says, you know, Mark, that's fine, but, you know, I'm really partial. I'm partial to the lead, pal, and Mr. Crow gives me a good enough shove. I'm going to come right back and take it right from you.
I think he heard you, Bobby. He wants to be back in Mama's arms again.
That's exactly where he wants to be. But you know what? The 17 of JD Crow and that 17 machine, he is the pusher on the bottom, just like the 16 of Jimmy Crow's a pusher up top. Those guys kind of dictate what this line's going to do, and then everybody else falls in behind them. And they are tight. You could throw a blanket over the first 25 trucks.
We got Everett Fastlane and Gary Slapinski. Gary's points leader right now for the season. You know, right behind Jimmy Crow and Gabe on that middle lane. I could see those guys going 3 wide after a few laps if they don't make any forward progress for sure.
Right and right here, take a look. That is going to be Mr. Slapinski, as I like to call him. As you can see, he's got quite a bit of bullet holes in that machine right there.
I think they call those speed holes. It helps you go faster.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe the boys are a little upset with him because he's leading in points, huh?
Yeah. You know, I'd like to see some of these guys who come out here every day and race clean, you know, and they don't get a lot of TV camera time. Come up here and win one tonight. You know, somebody I've been watching is like Charles Johnson. He comes out here all the time. He's racing clean. He's pushing people. He's working with his teammates. You know, I want to see the underdog. You know, one of the guys who come out here every day and they just run clean laps. They're just having a good time. Come out here and get on the podium tonight.
Charles Johnson's driving the 9 machine. Just maybe. Get him a close-up view here. There he is. He started 14th. He's up into 13th. Got one spot on it, but you know what? Everybody is riding very comfortably right now. All the way back to these guys, too. I mean, take a look at them. Sebastian Marin in the 6 machine.
We got Gabe Butler back in Mama's arms there, getting pushed by the 04. Mark the man. Looks like Jimmy might be he's getting a good shove by Everett Fastlane and Gary Slapinski on the outside there. You never know. Jimmy might be able to get down in front of Gabe there and lead a few laps of this race in Mama's arms.
I'll tell you what, Everett, as you call him, Fastlane, this is another guy that knows how to get the job done. There's so many good pushers out here in this league. You really don't have to worry too much about who's behind you, because every single one of these guys have the same caliber of skill, you know, of drafting.
You know, just behind those guys sitting in 10th, you got Dale Willoughby, a great driver. Gary Jenkins, great driver. You got Paul the silent. He's like a, you know, the Paul Witt amazes me every week. You know, he's there, he's riding around, and you know things happen. Next thing you know, boom, he's up there in the front again. You know, he's like that silent fart that just it comes up and it catches you by surprise, and you're like, what in the world where did that come from? And he's got that big, just shit-eating grin on his face because he knows exactly what he's doing, man. He's like a magician out there.
He's good. I'll tell you what. You know, you call him the silent fart, and I call him the rash, because he just won't go away. You can knock him back, but here he comes. You know, he'll come right back. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for a few weeks now, and you know it. But that 429, Mr. Witt, he's due.
He's definitely been up there a few times, contended for sure.
Jimmy Crow, Mark Mann, the 04 machine. That's another guy. I mean, my God. I told this guy to line up his entire rig, just absolutely line it up with rabbit's feet, because he has got some of the worst luck I've ever seen in my life. Throw the rabbit's foot away and get a horse's leg. Whatever you got to do, change something up.
You know, speaking of Charles Johnson coming out here racing clean every week, you got Noel Coers back there in the 15 truck. Same thing. every week he's back there. He's, you know, he's kind of a silent fart like Paul Witt there. He's deadly. You know, he knows how to race. He's been doing this a long time, and it's good to see him out there. He's another one. I want to see Charles. I want to see Noel. I want to see those guys up there at the end of the race and really push to get on that podium. Let's see some of these guys do it. Take Gary off of that top spot, man. Pass him up.
Well, if anybody's going to be able to do it, well, you got 40 guys to choose from there, Big E. Any one of these cats can win this thing tonight. That's how good they are.
42 drivers at Daytona. We're already on lap 9. Everybody's pushing. We got all these lead changes. The guys are doing such a good job out there. You know, it's so fun watching them come out here every week and race. It's like it's open sets too. That's the amazing part. Like, they all have different tape. They all have different tire wears and different setups, and they're out here every week running 40 trucks deep. Man, you can't get fun like that in the official races. It'd be a wreck after the second lap and everybody cursing at each other. These guys just do such an awesome job every week.
There we go. Mr. Butler, you know what? You said you was going to keep an eye on him, and you was going to watch him, and I'm trying to catch him because he's falling back like a rock in the water here. But
yeah, they got to be real careful though, Bobby. This ain't like Daytona. You can maintain a lot of speed down on that apron. In Daytona, you can't.
Nope.
If you're not careful, you'll lose the draft.
If you notice, him and Jimmy Crow, they just got together, back in the back, where they're happy at. You'll watch the laps wind down with these guys. This is how they do it. They run up front for a while. They're fine. Everything's great. Things start to get a little hairy or whatever. They'll back out of it, and they'll come all the way back to the back, and they'll just ride around and sip on their iced tea or whatever in their rig and wait till the laps wind down. And then you're going to see the cream rise back to the top. They're going to come right back up through the field again.
Yeah, you know, as long as they stay with this main pack and don't get more than a couple seconds behind, you know, until the first green flag pit stop in the field, that's when it matters, when the racing really matters the most, is catching back up to the front runners there. And it's all about them pit stops, getting up with your buddies and catching the front runners. Sometimes the front runners break away, and then everybody else is racing really hard to try and catch them. And like I said, as long as you stay with this main pack, the racing really doesn't start to the first green flag pit stop.
Like I say, here, Daytona or Talladega, it doesn't matter. These boys are going nowhere, but they're getting there fast. Nothing but white knuckle riding it around here, buddy. And the setups, like you said, open setups. Feeling things out, seeing how things are going. I didn't realize just how critical tape really played a role in until you're either out front or you're pushing. I mean, that tape combination, you get it set, you get it just right with two trucks. Man, they can just take off in the wild, just go right off into the sunset.
Yep, three trucks minimum to maintain pack speed, and then, you know, it depends on what your tape setups are. You know, if you got 3 guys who are teammates and they make it in and out of the pits, but they're all running 0 tape, they're gonna run a little slower than the main pack. So you want somebody on your team, and you want more than one. You want 2 or 3 guys. If you got 5-6 man team, somebody to run 50 tape or more, and then the other guys are running 0 or 10 or 15, 20 tape. So you got your pushers and you got your leaders, and then if you do the right tape, you know, tape ratio set up with the right trucks, you can pull ahead and gain some time on even a pack as big as this 40 truck pack here. Yeah, but again, it all comes down to if you can pit and get out and get connected quickly.
Paul Witt moving his way on up a little bit, started 8th. Now it's showing that he's going to be in the 5th spot, down in the bottom. 3rd truck in. Well, before we get into these pit stops, Big E, just to let everybody know, I'm under a severe thunderstorm warning here, and man, my power is flickering left and right. If the hair is standing on the back of my neck, and it's not because of just the racing, it's because of what's happening outside here. But anyway, if you lose me or if I lose you, I'll pop right back in. So just bear with me, and let's cross the fingers and see if I don't get I could bypass all this crappy weather we got over our heads. Mark Mann leading the show.
Well, it's a nice clear night here at Daytona for the racetrack. The guys are doing really good out there. Pretty darn good. 15 laps completed with 42 trucks on the field. 3rd race of the point season. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do here in the pits.
Well, I know what we're going to do right now before they get into the pits. Going to have a little bit of fun. You know I love this just about more than anything in the world. And you know what time it is?
Oh, yeah.
It's time to crank this mother up, Big E. Come on. Doesn't get any better than that. Man, still leading the show down here. 24 Everett F. Lane. Whoa! A little bit of tapping going on right there to 31. He is still hanging on to it back here.
Pulled her 4 wide. Oh, no.
That's not going to work out. Got a few guys at 15.
No flag.
Nothing yet. A lot of damage. That 90, Gary Jenkins, he bounced off the wall about 2 or 3 times right there, but you know what? He still kept it under control.
How amazing is that, Bobby? Like, look how many guys pounding each other. They're just going below to yellow, and everyone seems to save it. Just look at the talent of all these racers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see talent like that in some of the pro races.
I knew Noel was going to come in. He had to come in. He was getting beat all to pieces up there, and you can see by that truck it's a little bit wore out. He need to come in and get that thing taken care of.
The good thing is all these guys got to pit soon. The field seems to be broken up quite a bit, so hopefully if he gets it repaired quick enough, he get back out there, make up some time, and stay with the lead pack.
Well, just to let you know, we'll kind of take a look at that. The first 7 trucks, first 8 trucks, all right there together. And then we got to come all the way back here to the Lone Wolf a little bit. Tony Wright, that 21 machine. There's Krosik, Lima.
We got 7 trucks in the main pack. Behind 3 seconds behind them, there's 5 trucks. 3 more seconds behind them, there's 6 trucks. 2 seconds behind them, there's 5 trucks. 2 seconds behind them, there's 5 trucks.
71's gonna go sideways.
Oh no!
If I can find him, there he is.
Hang on to it, Eric.
Spun it back around and did not bring the caution out.
Is that double D?
Yep. Remember what I told everybody out there? It's just one of those things. I mean, it's a transition coming down there 190 some mile an hour down to pit road speed. Even by yourself, it's still easy to screw it up.
Especially here at Daytona, the apron's flat, so you can't maintain any speed going into them corners. You really got to back it off.
Here comes Mark Mann. Seabrings is in. Quite a few of them. Over on your left, you can see who came in there. Now, this is where things get really interesting. That little mix-up, that little bumping and grinding we had going on there, kept it green. So now you got guys all over this track everywhere. You've been separated from your teammate more than likely. And then you got to pick up a new best friend to go to the dance party with. And you got to work together. And you got to try to get back up again. But you know as well as I do, it's not going to stay this calm for long for this whole entire race. It's just not going to happen.
Oh yeah, you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, as far as 15, 38 seconds trucks back. So you're You know, the enemy of my enemy is my best friend. These guys are going to be pushing hard as they can to try to gain some time to catch back up with the front runners for sure.
JD Crow's leading the bunch down right now. He is leading the way. He's led 2 laps. And take a look at that 90 in the 15 machine.
He's got it, Pitt. I mean, 21 laps. I mean, he could probably go 23, maybe, you know, saving gas, maybe 24. He's got to pit anytime now.
Well, I'll tell you, the first 22 trucks have not been into pit road yet. So they are going to take it for all it's worth. All the way down to the last teaspoon, to the last drop.
Smart play. I mean, if he's been taking his time and lifting and following along, he may be able to squeeze 25. I'm not sure. I didn't do a fuel run, and if he could do that, he could do 2 more stops and then bring it home for the win if this thing stays green. You never know.
And I'm sure that's what they're trying to do. It's great to have that plan ahead, and you have to. On these super speedways, you've got to think ahead. If you don't think far enough ahead, well, it's just going to bite you in the butt. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you try to save too much, you end up taking a gamble and you end up going 10, 15 seconds back, and there's really no hope to catch up anymore once you got to make that final pit stop. Looks like David Bond lost it coming out the pits there.
Came up, yeah, look, he lost it, and he either, I didn't know if he hit anything or not, but obviously he had to.
Just truck just got loose, and that's what I was saying, Bobby. It's just here at Daytona, there's no banking coming out. You know, even if you take some tires, a lot of times it still gets loose on you. You gotta be real careful.
JD Crow, he's coming in. Who's coming all with him here? A few more caps. See, here we go. Now we got him coming. Holloway's in. Weaver's in. Siebels is in.
Wow. I just watched, like I was saying, you know, Brent Lee was pushing Jackson Holbrook really hard, trying to make some time and catch up, like I was talking about, and ended up catching him on his corner panel and spun him out. Now Jackson's really out of the race. He'll end up going a lap down for sure.
He's in. You know what? And I don't know. I'm going to try it. Take a look here. You got the time to do it. This is where he comes up and he catches him.
Like, looks like we got people all over, all spread out all over the place.
We do, man. They're everywhere. This thing is, it's so spread out right now.
For some of these guys, that big mix up there right before the pit stops happen is a blessing for some and just absolute nightmare for others. I mean, there is literally trucks all over this entire track right now.
It's all over the place so bad that my ATVOs on iRacing can't keep up with the telemetry, and it freezes. It just froze up on me, so I got to start it all over again here.
Looks like everyone's pitted, and Gary Slapinski, being pushed by the silent fart, is up in the front now. Tommy Holder doing a great job up here in the front. Longtime friend, longtime racer of mine, being pushed by Everett Fastlane. This is Fastlane's track, man. He absolutely loves Daytona, and it's not a surprise to see him up there running in the front.
You got some really good company up in here, man. Slapinski, Paul Witt, Bromelia, Mark Mann, Seabrands, Holloway, JD Crow. I mean, wow.
You know, they got 6 trucks here within a second of each other. 5 of them, you know, are in a pack. You know, they're breaking away a little bit. The next set of trucks are 5.5, almost 6 seconds behind. If they can maintain some speed and really work tight together here, they might be able to break away. and pray to God there's no caution and come in with an easy 1, 2, 3 for the regulators.
Jimmy Crow, 21st position. He's leading this other bunch, single file, to catch up with the rest of these guys. And you can see the difference right here in them. Pack after pack after pack. Like you said, they are all over the track.
Yeah, you got 6 trucks on the lead lap up here in the front, and there's three other trucks joining them that are a lap down. And these guys got about a 6-second lead in front of everyone else here. And if they can maintain it and hold it tight, they should have some easy pit stopping and easy racing to the end.
Something else you got to think about is when you have these many trucks together running like this, as you can see, they're about ready to catch up on some lap traffic up here. And that gets hairy as well at Daytona.
Oh, yeah, there's not much room to make passes, that's for sure. You got Charles Johnson, my man. I'm rooting for him tonight. He's back here in this second pack, and there's 18 of them here together. They're still 5.5 seconds back. Looks like they gained about 1/10 of a second on those front runners there. They're doing a pretty good job staying in line. Everybody pushing nice and hard. Hopefully they got the right truck combination in the front with plenty of tape to maintain maximum speed in the second pack. They can catch up for sure.
Now that is a pack of trucks, folks, right there. James Mayer, the 95, down on the bottom. JD Crow up top. These guys are busting their butts to try to catch these top 7 cats that are right here.
You got my favorite Canadian, Craig White, running in the back of the second pack there, taking his time. I think I'm pretty sure he knows what I know. These guys are definitely going to catch those front raiders. They just got too much horsepower with that many trucks together.
That is a lot of trucks side by side right there, and they will run these guys down eventually as long as it stays green. 29 laps out of 77 laps. Super Speedway Kings here, Daytona night. MaxspeedTV Bobby with all the freaking hobbies. Why does he say that? Well, because that's what the wife keeps telling me, so that's what I go by. My special guest up in the booth helping me out, Mr. Big E, I call him. He's also the admin of the race, so he's wearing 2 different badges tonight. Hell, I can't even broadcast and run the cameras, and this guy's doing 2 different things. He's going to put me out of a job.
I can never do that, Bobby. You got to weigh with words, buddy. You got to weigh with words.
That's funny. My wife says the same thing about that, too.
Ooh, smooth talker, huh? Is that how you get the super hot wife?
That's how I get out of trouble.
Hey, get a kitchen pass, you go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You got Gabe up here riding in that second pack. 4 trucks back on the inside lane. They are catching the front. It's little by little, they're creeping up every lap.
You talk about a guy that's probably crapping his pants right now, to put it bluntly. That 00, Thomas Holder, he's white knuckle riding it around here, and he's got the leaders right on his tail end. He's trying to stay on that lead lap. And believe you me, he doesn't want to go a lap down. He's hanging on with everything he's got.
Well, let's see. We got Frank Germuglia, Paul Witt, Everett Lane, Gary Slapinski, all teammates, all running up in the very front here. They're joined by Tommy Holder. He's a nice fella. Been racing a long time. He'll race with anybody for sure. Daniel Holloway doing a great job hanging in there. He's a few laps down, but he's helping out, staying in the draft here. Rick Seabrands keeping up.
Take a look at the paint job on this thing. You want to talk about flamboyant and flashy? If Liberace drove a truck, I think he'd drive Daniel Holloway's Hershey's Kiss truck. What do you think?
It looks sharp. I like that gold chrome color on it.
That thing stands right out. I bet he did that so Ronnie Millsap or Stevie Wonder could watch the race tonight.
He's got the cookies and cream.
Oh,
Hershey's
yeah,
Kisses.
he does.
You know he picked that on purpose.
Slapinski says, you know what? I'll just sit right here behind you, and I won't eat up my fuel as much. And I'll let you stay on that lead lap there. No problem, 00. Which is true,
Well,
right?
It looks like the top 6 trucks still maintain about a 5-second lead in front of that massive pack. That's just little by little. I mean, they're trying to run them down, but I mean, little by little they're gaining, and it ain't much. It's like a 1/10 of a second, almost a 100th of a second every lap.
You can take a look right here. Here they come. The last truck, Seabrans, is right back here. Then you go all the way back here to this other pack, which is going to be led by Mr. Gabe Butler on the inside. So they have their work cut out for them. But strength in numbers, right?
Absolutely. Strength in numbers is definitely beneficial out here on the track because you get more people with the right tape configurations, the right setups to maximize your speed. However, it's also a devil in disguise because when you come in the pit, you got all that more people to worry about when you're coming in the pit. So I'm looking out for this next pit stop to see what's going to happen to that front pack and how many of the trucks in the second pack are going to be able to gain some time on them.
And everybody seems to be playing nicely. Folks, this is Daytona. 34 laps out of 77. Caution free. We've seen 4 wide at one time. Banging up against the wall, banging up against each other, door knocking, side drafting, all that good stuff. And they still manage to stay caution free. And I know Slapinski's Tickle Pink sitting there right behind that truck who's trying to stay on his lead lap in the 35th spot because he's not out front and he's not sucking his fuel down. He's basically probably going through the same amount of fuel as these cats behind him is. Because you know when you're up front, you really go through the fuel, don't you?
Yeah, if you're the lead truck, you burn just a little bit more fuel than everybody else, and sometimes that can actually be the difference between making it to the end of a race, getting a podium spot, and then running out of gas towards the end there and having to go to the back.
Mark Mann hanging out in that 5th spot, and as usual, no surprise, Mara Clark out in YouTube land. I tell you what, if there was ever somebody that deserves a cheerleader award, it's gonna be Mara. She works with him, they're really good friends. I don't think this lady has missed a race that I've broadcasted with Mark in it, that I'm aware of anyway. I mean, that's what's so awesome about broadcasting, watching races. People out there on YouTube, they got anything they want to say to their favorite drivers, I'll certainly pass it along. Good or bad, I don't care. I don't live by any of them. I don't mind it.
Well, Bobby, looking at the numbers here, you know, Paul Witt, like I say, he's the rash that doesn't leave. He's a silent fart, man. He's pushing Gary. Gary's pushing him. Everett's pushing Tommy. They're pushing so hard up here. They've actually gained a half a second on that massive 18 truck pack behind them, and there's only 6 trucks up here in the front. So that's amazing. These guys are doing a really great job up there.
Now these guys back here in the back, they really need to tighten it up a little bit. They need to be front to back, just as tight as they can get it, and cut through this air and try to knock some of this time down.
You know, it's the guys in the front, you know, they're my teammates, and I'm going to talk good about them because I can. And I've told them many a times, you got 3-4 trucks, fine, stay single line. If you got more than 4 trucks, you got 5, you want 3 on the inside, 2 on the outside, because you actually feed off of each other using the side draft, and you can actually cool down when you need to while the other truck is picking up the slack, and you actually gain time and go faster. I'm pretty sure that's what those guys in the front know because we've talked about it, we've worked on it, and they've let the guy go up in the front that has the more tape and the guy in the back who has less tape so they can push him nice and hard, and it's working right now. They're actually pulling away. They're now a full 1.5 seconds ahead since they started of an 18 truck pack behind them. It's very impressive. They're doing a great job up there in the front.
You see them all right there. I mean, they're lined up perfectly. Just biding their time, knocking the laps down. They know they got a pretty decent lead. They know if they want to keep that lead, they've got to work together in unison. So, you know, these pit stops coming up, especially if they're going to be green flag, I can't tell you how crucial this is to hit your marks and make sure you do everything right. You don't want to be the guy to come in here and screw it up.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Bobby. This next pit stop is critical. A lot of guys are going to take left side tires. Those right side tires are going to be worn out. They're going to come out on that flat apron on the come out, and somebody's going to get loose here. You know, if it were me, I'd go ahead and take the extra half-second hit, take my right side tires, stay with the pack in front of me. Hopefully I can keep with them and make the run for the front. I tend to err on the side of caution, sometimes to my detriment. Sometimes it works in my favor because I'm not the one spinning out on the apron there and completely going laps down.
Guys are getting just a little bit racy back here in this second set.
Yeah, they probably heard me tell them on the broadcast. You know, these guys they're just phenomenal racers, man. They know everything that I know and more, and they're looking at the times. They're looking at the times go further and further away. They know they got to push hard. They've got to catch up to those front runners if they're going to have a chance.
I can tell you right now, Thomas Holder, Everett Lane, Stefan, Zachary Lima, Jackson Holbrook, those caps are absolutely begging for a caution. Because if they get one, it's got to put them right back up, right on the lead lap again, and everything will be hunky-dory for them. But till then, they are fighting like really hard.
Here we go. Looks like guys are pitting in.
And here they come. Witt's in. Wallaby's in. Jenkins is in. The 071 is in. Pitt's in. That'd be Eric, I believe, Lowry. Yep. In and out, all together. That's going to leave these cats coming in right now on us. And you can see them coming, too. Watch them slow down. Pray to God they don't knock each other into each other. That's the problem. They executed that very, very well, didn't they?
Some of these guys are coming in 3 and 4 wide coming into the pit, man, and not hitting each other, giving each other room. They're backing off, coming down the pit lane. The professionalism in this racing league is just phenomenal.
Oh, these guys are top-notch. There's no doubt about it. Waiting for these two cats right here. They got to come in. Getting a little bit of the, I'd imagine getting a point or so for leading a lap maybe, but Lewis and Siebels is hanging out together, staying out still.
Bonus point for Lewis. Good job on him. Another great racer, Todd Siebels, man. I mean, he's been around a long time. I've seen him in official races a lot. The guy's a hell of a 1.5 mile track driver.
Lewis is going to come in all by himself. That may end up hurting him a little bit. The boys are coming back out. They're going to line it back up again. And wow, the 77 and the 78 went right by Holloway like he was going backwards. Siebel's still hanging out. It's going to show he's in first place, but he will be coming into pit here shortly. And that's going to be up to these cats right here. 43 laps out of 77 in the book. Super Speedway Kings, MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies, and Big E in the booth. And doing all the admin work, both.
Ooh. Daniel held on to it, man. He got a little loose and drifted up towards that apron there coming out of the pits. But he held on to it, and he's coming out now.
Yep, he finally came in. Now the problem is, I don't know what that the 77 machine. There he is, Zachary Lima. He's showing in 30th position, and he's hanging on for dear life, just trying to stay on this lead lap.
Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Sean McCara, Tracy Weaver, and Dale Willoughby made up 3 seconds on that pit stop on the front leaders. That shows you what the boot knocker team, you know, they probably went out there practicing pit stops, and it really helped them out. They shouldn't have a problem of joining Mark Mann, Paul Witt, Daniel Holloway, and Frank Muglia up there in the front.
You can see they're catching them. Oh, we got ourselves a blinker there, popping in and out on us. The admin will be watching that very closely, because that will definitely create a huge problem. Slapinski in his 78 up on that top side, enjoying himself. Now he's down to the bottom in the rocking chair, leading it. The regulators up on the top side, Paul Witt. You want to talk about some paint schemes now. Man, look at this. Right along with him. The silent fart. There you have it. I think he took that nickname to heart.
Well, he deserved it. He's definitely deadly, that's for sure.
Well, I guess it sounds better me calling him the hemorrhoid that won't go, or the rash that won't go away, huh?
I mean, he's racing with another good racer, Gary, up there. He's the front runner. Mark the Man, Frank Muglia, Daniel Holloway, Dale Willoughby, Gabe Butler joined up in the front. You got 5 other trucks only a second behind. I'm sure they're going to catch his front runners. And just like that, one pit stop, we go from 6 trucks in the lead pack to 14 trucks in the lead pack.
And Charles Johnson is leading the other pack. They're all going to get together. Nose to tail. They know that's what they got to do to try to make up some time to catch these guys. Way back in the back, we got some more of these guys. Jimmy Crow back here in the 24th spot, started second. I'm sure he's not a happy camper right now, and he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
You know, if I was these front runner guys, I'm going to go back and look at that pit stop, figure out what we did wrong. How did these guys make up 6 seconds on us just like that?
Man on the outside. I talked to him quite a few times. Always a bridesmaid and never a bride. Well, not, you know what I mean. Not quite like that. But the guy's had some of the worst luck I've seen in quite a while.
Mark Mann reminds me of that movie Talladega with Shake and Bake. He's always shaking it. He's never to get the guy to winning. You know, I think he wants somebody to let him win one time and push him to a victory lane. He's always pushing somebody else.
I'll tell you how good these guys are. If I can get it in my screen here. Take a look at the number 3. Now he knows that he's falling back. That's Greg White. He keeps it right up against the wall and keeps it out of trouble for these guys. He knows he's down lap. Takes his licking on the chin, falls right back in line, and away he goes.
Craig White's one of those mentor drivers to me. He's been around doing this a long time. Just a nice old fella. But I tell you what, you get that man in a 1.5 mile track, and you'll be chasing that number 3 around that track, wondering what you're doing wrong and questioning whether or not you should renew your subscription on iRacing.
I'll tell you what, I watched Craig. Craig, he likes these super speedways as well. It's just one of those racing deals. You're at the right place at the wrong time, and you got to play catch-up, and it's tough. It's hard to play catch-up, folks, when you got such talented drivers out here. I mean, we've not even had a caution in this race. I mean, quite frankly, Big E, you're gonna have so much time on your hands when this race is over. You're gonna be able to go in there and sit down and watch your favorite Hallmark movie that's coming on tonight. I don't think you're gonna have to TiVo it. I think you're gonna get to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I might watch Talladega Nights again since I was talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these guys are really putting down the laps. We are counting them down almost like seconds. 2 more stops is going to do it.
You know, all them laps worn down on those right side tires. I didn't see anybody take rights yet.
You know what?
That I could see.
We'll see. Some of these cats might be able to get away with 1 stop. What do you think?
Yeah.
1 stop should do this.
1 more stop, yeah.
Slapinski out front. Mark Mann up on the high side.
I think 1 more stop is not going to be enough unless a caution comes out. We don't want that. But I think there's going to be a lot of splash and go, so you might see some guys split the difference here. Though I don't have my trackers and everything going off, I'm just going by memory. Such a big pack up in the front, though. It'd be foolish unless you have a bunch of teammates to go with you at this point. More than likely, they're going to run it till it's dry, and then get a full tank of gas, and then the next stop after that will be a quick one, as little gas as possible, leaving yourself 3 or 4 gallons for green, white, and checker.
Keeping an eye on Brian Pierce right here. I think he's been off the track more than he's been on the track. And that's something we got to keep a close eye on. Better lean over and feed that squirrel. Make him run a little harder. Keep that internet going. And Daniel Holloway is another guy. Quiet, you don't hear much from him. And he's kind of the lone wolf out here, wouldn't you say, Big E?
Holloway's a great driver. He's I don't think he's a lone wolf, because I know that he's up there in the front, and when it comes down to go time, I'd work with Daniel Holloway any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
I'm sure these guys will do the same. As far as teammates go, I'm not sure who he has as a teammate.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Brian. His ping's jumping way up and down there. He's going into the red and back into the green there. So.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Sounds like that thunderstorm up there is heckling his part of the neighborhood too, messing with his Wi-Fi.
That's fine. He can have it. It's finally clearing out. I'm in the all clear over here. Hair in the back of my neck's laying down. I'm good to go.
Maybe he's downloading too much adult entertainment videos in the background. Cut it out, Brian.
Something's going on. Normally, he does not have internet issues at all.
Yeah, normally he's usually up in the front, racing hard and racing clean, and it's unfortunate for him. But he's doing the right thing. He's a gentleman. He's hanging in the back. People have voiced concerns. You know, you got a blinker like that. They blink. If they blink real quick, you can kind of deal with that. But his blinks go for a full second to 3 or 4 seconds. I saw one of them, and that's enough time for your truck to get inside of his truck, and then bad things happen. And he's doing a great job hanging in the back and helping the race go clean here, so everybody else can have some fun. So good for him. Good job, bro.
I'd like to thank everybody out watching this on YouTube. Pretty awesome. Certainly appreciate it. By the way, while you're doing it, go ahead and smash that like button for us. We would certainly appreciate it. These guys are putting on a hell of a show. You're not going to find any kind of caliber racing like you're looking at right now, folks. 55 laps, Daytona, 2 and 3 wide racing, Super Speedway Kings. And you know what? The storm may have left my house, Big E, but I got a feeling the big-ass cloud is starting to come on over Daytona in probably about another 15 to 20 laps.
You know, my pick was Charles Johnson, but, you know, he was about 9 seconds behind that lead pack there. He just came in the pit. He is with a couple partners. I'm hoping they get in and out. Looks like one of them took some right tires, smart move, so their last stop will be left tires only. Hope they get connected up. They gain a little bit of time. I want to see Charles Johnson on that podium tonight. That's my pick for tonight out of the 42 drivers.
Well, I got to tell you, I like the last name without a doubt. One of my favorite last names.
I'm sure it is. Bobby G.
I'll tell you what, there's two guys that I follow around. I follow them. I think a lot. Paul Witt's come such a long ways. He's been so close so many times. He's had some tragedies, events happen in the past month there with the passing of his granddaughter. And he just came so close from winning that race. And him and Mark Mann, those two cats they're my picks. We got something coming in right now too.
You know, there's somebody oh, there's a big wreck back there.
Oh, I just heard it. I can hear it.
That's the wrong time for that, but I'm sure Eric and Charles and James and Daniel and all those guys back there are very happy because they will be to come on the lead lap and catch up to the pack.
We got ourselves a caution. Our first one. Now you go back and give me a holler. I gotta try to figure out where in the world this happened at.
Ooh, like some. It was like the gas man, Frank Muglia, came down on Tommy Holder there.
Trying to find it right now. Not seeing it. Hey, they were coming. There it is. I just caught that right out of the blink of my eye. What were those car numbers?
Number 13, Frank Muglia.
Yeah.
And the 00 of Thomas Holder.
Lord have mercy. 40 cats out here, and you think I could find the one I need? All right, let's take a look at it right here. And perhaps, maybe, see what went down. Oh, there it was. It's kind of a racing ordeal there. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like because they were all pitting and Frank
Right.
thought they was going in the pit, and by the time he realized he wasn't, it looks like he corrected. He stayed in his lane, but the net code, what it does is it projects your path of travel. And these guys are going like 190 miles an hour. So the net code says, hey, you're going 190 miles an hour, you're going to hit, so I'm going to go ahead and pretend like that you're going to hit. And it moves them and made him spin out, and then it's just chaos from there.
And that's the way the net code thing works. That's, I can show you right here. You can see, and I'll stop it. See that? They don't even touch. But iRacing simulates they're going to. And when they do, well, they send them flying. Fortunately, that's the way it works here. Wow. Took a hard hit, though. The 00 took a nasty shot, didn't he? He was going right up to the wall and still spinning around.
Yeah, I heard the guys in driver chat. Frank Muglia owned it right away. Said, my bad. I thought you were going to pit. Yeah, I didn't realize it.
Dude wipes award. I'll tell you what, right now it's going to be going to that 00. Ow, look at him watching. Reason why we give out the Dude Wipes award, because when you have an accident like that, you got more skid marks in your shorts than you do out on the track. So we try to help them out. That's what Dude Wipes award is all about. Brought to you by me, MaxspeedTV, Bobby, and Big E now. You can see he got all tore up. He was blinking away. $18 laps to go as of now. And take a look who's up front, would you? Everybody trying to get situated where they need to be. Try to get an opportunity to hear maybe. There's so many people in this thing, it's not even funny. A lot of guys have their own channels. And a
I
lot
think
of guys,
after it all filters out here, Bobby, there's going to be 25 trucks on the lead lap still.
25. Wow. One caution, folks. That's all we've had. One. Butler and JD Crow. And JD Crow, that's another guy. I mean, he is always right there. This guy's luck's got to turn around as well.
You know, if it were me, Bobby, I would capitalize on this caution and go ahead and get me 4 sets of shoes. So when they do come in the pit one last time, it looks like they're going to have to. Well, maybe.
I think I don't know, man. It's going to be close. I think they're
actually.
I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be fine.
Oh.
Mark Mann's all the way back in that 13th spot. You know darn well he took all 4 tires.
For sure. You never know what's going to happen. You put that many laps on the right side tires and you try to get that high lane, you're going to get loose, and it's just going to be a bad night for everybody.
Well, these trucks, you can get the rear ends so loose by getting right up underneath them, and you can just take the air right off that rear end, and man, it's literally like bouncing around. You've seen it in the movie Days of Thunder. I mean, that's exactly what it feels like when somebody's right underneath you and you got wore out tires. Green flag and back at it one more time. 17 laps to go here. Super Speedway Kings Daytona. Butler leading him down into the rocket chair, way down on that bottom side. The 41, Tracy Weaver. He's currently 3rd. He started 32nd, folks. And here he is. JD Crow on the outside, getting a little push, push, push. Dale Willerby, please push harder. That's what he's saying. Al Cena right here, the 85 machine. And take a look. Daniel Lewis, the number 1. He's back. Paul Witt down in the 8th spot, down on the bottom.
My pick for tonight, Charles Johnson. He's in 23rd right now, but he's back up with the lead packet. Anything can happen.
They are all back together. Jimmy Crow right up there as well. In the 19th spot, you can see all these guys. You want to know what it's like running around out here? It is nasty. Riding around with Jimmy Crow up on that top side. And take a look. It's 3 wide racing folks in front of him at Daytona. 3 wide. You think he has got time to make any kind of a move or adjustment if shit hits the fan up in front of him?
You know, it's Daytona. These guys know it's tighter, but it's go time. There's no more pit stops, and if you don't get up there in that front now, later on you're going to wish that you did, because it's going to be like a parking lot. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck behind the just large traffic.
Look how the wind, these guys are so tight. Look how it's just pushing them around. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think I can sit right behind that number 7 truck all night long. That's a nice picture right there, but it is go time. It's nice of him to put that out there for his fellow drivers. 3 ride behind them. Are they going to be able to keep it at this pace? Look at that top line going up there. Sebastian Marin. JD Crow. I'm sorry, Jimmy Crow. The top line is moving.
Yeah, these guys are all moving around, playing chess, trying to get their position, you know, and praying to God.
Whoa, trouble right there. JD Crow gets turned. And now it's going to hit the fan, boys.
That's going to be a caution.
It's going to be a lot of dirty shorts and pissed off throwing water bottles. That is going to take out a lot of trucks. Thank God they do have their fast repairs. Wow, Jimmy Crow went for a ride. Right there it was. Go back here and take a look. I don't know if he thought he was going to be clear, if JD thought he was going to be clear or not. See him coming down. He thought he was clear. Not even close. Daniel Holloway had absolutely nothing he could do about that at all. Sends JD for a nice little ride. Jimmy Crow takes the real ride. Take a watch. Put him in the cockpit. Up on his nose. He definitely going for the ride. All the way around, over and over.
That actually was JD kept it down there, but there was another wreck after that. They brought out the flag, and it was a much worse, bigger wreck.
That started the whole thing.
Looks like the 16 got net coated and turned around there. I mean, if you go back and get right behind the 16, he's not even close to him. That's just iRacing does that on occasion.
See if we can show that real quick. Pull it down.
I mean, there's a good 2 or 3 feet between them, and it's funny amount.
All right, right here is what you're referring to, I'm going to assume. Yeah, oh yeah, see, look at that. That was, yeah. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but iRacing just broke it off in you, my friend, right there. Plain and simple. There's absolutely nothing he can do about that, though. You're this along for the ride after that.
A lot of trucks got caught up in that. There's some damages. I'd be coming in for some clean shoes and fixing my repair, and hopefully I can make it to the end, because cautions breed cautions sometime, especially when it's go time.
You kind of don't have any choice. If you've got any aerodynamic damage whatsoever on there and you have a fast repair, 1 or 2 of them, at least one of them sitting there, you know what? You got to use it. You got no choice, because you're not going to go anywhere. Well, let me see. I'm going to try this. How about you, Mr. Butler, Big E, and Bobby in the booth? You got a copy?
Dude, Bobby, what's going on, man?
Tell you what.
Yeah, I'll look at you. Hold on.
One heck of a race, brother. You was up front for a while. You hop back in the back. And here you are, back up front one more time. And you just missed that big one. That was right behind you there.
I got real lucky with that. It's kind of tight racing up front here, but we'll see what happens now.
All right, brother, good luck. I'm going to let you go, get back to your boys, and, well, maybe I'll talk to you in Victory Lane. How about it?
That'd be nice. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Bobby.
All right, we'll talk to you. I'm going to hurry up and get him back to his boys, because they got to talk strategy. One thing you don't want to do, Big E, is you do not want to put somebody, talk to them, just before the flag drops, because, well, he just missed out on all the strategies.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be scheming. You know, push here, push there, break away if you get clear. Who's going to help who? Who's got the tape? Who doesn't have the tape? Is your truck damaged? Your truck not damaged? It's going to be tough.
Sebastian Marin up top in the number 6 machine. Started 15th. Here he sets. Daniel Holloway on the bottom. And the little Hershey's Kiss truck. Setting in 3rd. Started 19th. Tony Wright in the 21. Started 29th.
Well, Charles Johnson's in 10th. There's 9 laps to go. I think, 8 laps when the shoe drops. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Get her done.
Boys got some work for him. Paul Whitson 14th. Mark Mann's all the way back into the 18th. Green flag, and let's try it. Let's see what happens. Are they going to be able to keep it clean for the next 8 laps? We'll find out. Butler's down on the bottom, and boy, he is getting a great shove by the 25 of Holloway. I guess you could say, Big E, he's giving him a big kiss.
Oh, we got a wreck in the back.
Let's see, where are we at?
14.
That will bring out a caution, the second one of the night. Dave Bingle, smoke it away. Let's see if we can find it out right here. Slow it down just a tad.
Looks like the 14 to Dave Bingle went to go take the middle lane, and Double D, Don Davis, was in the top lane, also took the middle lane. But they just kind of met in the middle there.
2 guys trying to go for the same piece of real estate. Not gonna happen, Captain. It doesn't work that way.
To be fair, it looks like Double D had the lane first. So
looks like a beautiful shot of netcode there. I see the 00 gets turned around practically, and he wasn't even nowhere near the 14. Hopefully iRacing will get that fixed out one of these days. But they'll line them up and they'll do it again.
mind if I bring somebody up to the booth, Bobby?
Yeah, go ahead. I got to figure out why I just lost my, for some reason why I just lost the, race, feed here. There it goes. Came back. Phew, I was getting worried.
Mr. Johnson, we got you in the booth, man. I've been talking about you all night. You're my pick to win tonight. So what's your strategy coming down to the final go here?
I'm just going to try to stay out of trouble and see where I can end up at here. I was a little concerned about being past 3 wide there before we got to the backstretch that time. 3 cars. I'm shifting gears wide open. Only way they could have passed me was to go 3 wide with a run. I mean, they had to lay back, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I watched that. The truck in front of you was heavily damaged. You got on him and it looked like you tried to give him a good push, but he wasn't going nowhere. He was falling back quickly. He's his whole front end just tore up. All right, buddy, I'm rooting for you, man. Hopefully you get connected with somebody. Who's some teammates you got up here to work with?
Right now, I don't have anybody up here with me, so kind of on my own. I do want to say, man, this is one of the best super speedway leagues I've ever run in, bud. There's some really good drivers in here.
Man, well, hell, man, you guys are doing a great job out there, I'll tell you what. Well, good luck to you, man. Hook up with somebody. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Latch on to somebody, push them up there, get on that podium. Good luck.
Yeah, I may have to try to team up with old Mr. Witt here if I can.
There you go, the silent fart, man. It's deadly, though. Don't get too close.
I'll tell you what, from one Johnson to another, brother. Come on, let's see you up. Get up front up here. Work it up.
I'm gonna do what I can.
All right, brother.
Appreciate
we'll talk to you
guys.
All right, brother. I'll move you back down.
He's led 15 laps. He's your pole sitter. He was in the back. He's up front. Back to the back. Up front again. Gabe Butler. Absolutely no stranger to being where he's at right now. That's for sure.
He's a strategician, that's for sure.
Sebastian Marin hasn't led a lap. Started 15th. Truck's in good shape. Looking good.
You know the name I haven't heard all night long that you need to look out for? Alcina.
That's right, the 85 machine, and there he sits, top 5.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah. Holloway and a little Hershey's Kiss. I'll tell you what, Gabe Butler is probably absolutely just praying to God. Mr. Holloway gives him a big kiss right at the drop of that green flag.
No Coers up in 11th. My number 2 pick, rooting for him. Come on, buddy. You and Charles are up there. You got a shot at it. Race clean, race hard, but race clean. Get it, get up there, get in the front, get on the podium.
He was the one there. Actually, the first, I don't know, our first so-called incident that did not bring out a caution. I mean, man, he was bouncing off of everything, the walls and everything else, and he managed to keep it going straight. No cautions or anything, and here he is.
I'm looking at all the trucks up in the front here, and it looks like the 21's damaged pretty bad. That's going to change the dynamic for these last few laps here when everybody's racing hard.
He's kind of tore up on that backside just a little bit, and you got to be careful on that. There's the front tore up. But that back, you can see it. Right there it is. You want to watch that, because when you start doing the pushing, you better make sure you're square. If not, you're going to have a bad day, and you're going to bring out everybody else along with you, and they're going to have one as well.
And it's really tough pushing them. You don't realize that you're never going to hit top speed.
Green flagging one more time. Super Speedway Kings, MaxspeedTV Daytona coming right now at you. Who's it going to be? Are they going to be able to play nicely for the next 5 laps right here? Butler's on the bottom.
Lima takes it 3 wide. Nobody wants to jump up and help him just yet, but the silent fart's coming up with Everett fast lane pushing him from the back.
The number 6, Sebastian Marin, getting a good shove. But a 21.
No. The silent fart. No caution.
Paul
it spins
Witt.
out.
Paul Witt also takes it. Yeah, you're right. That is not good. There went one of my picks. All right, come on, Mark, man, where are you at?
Mark the man.
He's sitting back here in the 17th spot. Now he's in the 15th. He's working on it. But does he have enough?
Fast lane up here to 24. Everett fast lane. He's going to push. Looks like JD Crow on the outside.
Whoa,
oh, no,
Holloway and the 6 get into it. They straighten it out. No trouble whatsoever.
These boys are going for the goal. We're down to 3 laps.
3 laps, and there's no way they're going to be able to keep it. Wow, what a move by Holloway. Takes it all the way up high in front of JD Crow. Gets one heck of a shove.
Everett touches the wall and almost biffs it.
There,
oh, the 4th.
now we got our troubles. Got ourselves another one.
Boy, these guys are really pushing hard. I mean, it's go time.
It's go time, and they're going to do it again.
The 15 come up and took out number 4 there. It just barely caught him.
Take a look. Chopper review.
Yeah.
Got a little squirrely, that's for sure. Nowhere to go.
15 came up and barely caught his right rear fender. That's what I mean. Like I tell the guys a lot of times, wiggle room, right? Try to stay in your lane. If you stay in your lane, you give that guy next to you a little extra wiggle room. And the 15, he wiggled a little bit. He was still in his lane, but you know it's go time. The number 4, he's riding his lane hard on the bottom around that corner. He wants to get up to the front as fast as he can. You know, 15 wiggled just a little bit, caught him in his right rear there and sent him spinning.
Unfortunately, that is the problem. When you're bump drafting and when you're pushing like you are, you have got to do your best to be square on that bumper if you're going to tag them. But here's the thing. You also got to hope the person in front of you that you're going to push can hold a straight line. So it kind of takes 2 to get the job done. But they're going to line it up. We're going to do it one more time. Butler, Holloway. Your top 5, Butler, Holloway, Cena, Marin, and Crow. JD Crow. You want to go on back a little further. Everett Lane, there he is, the 24 machine. He's going to be 6th. Zachary Lima, 7th. Akara is going to be 8th. Michael Howlett will be 9th. Paul Witt My man coming up into that 10th. Seabrand's 11th. Mark Man, my other one, he's 12th. Slapinski, he is going to be 13th. Stacy Weaver 14th, 15th. James, I believe it's going to be Mohan, but he is going to be in the 15th spot. Charles Johnson is going to be 16th. Tony Wright 17th. Noel Cowers 18th, 19th. Don Davis 20th is going to be Steven Karosik. And we're going to line them up. We're going to do it again, Big E. What do you think? They got to be able to get around this place just 2 more times?
We got one more green white checker. You know, it's go time. It's Daytona. Anything can happen. You know, I'd be really shocked if they get the green white checker. All I know is if I was up in the front like Gabe and these guys, I'd be praying that it doesn't happen up here in the front. It happens behind me somewhere.
Oh boy, that's why you want to be where you want to be, Big E, right now?
In Mama's arms.
You want to be at Mama's arms. That's right, brother. You want in that rocking chair right where that 88 is at.
Well, I'll tell you, Gabe's in good hands. There's a really great pusher. Who let the dogs out? Al Cena's up there is going to be giving him a shove to the wind, looks like.
Yeah, and he's got J.D. Crow behind him as well.
Sebastian Marin's a hell of a pusher. That number 6 truck, he's a little damaged. I don't know if it's really going to affect him that much. He's going to have his nose buried in that truck in front of him, but he's definitely got damage on the front and the rear of his
And
car.
look who's behind him. Everett Fastlane. You know he can shove.
Fastlane could definitely shove. He's also damaged a little bit. You know, it just throws in a little dynamic there. More than likely, you know, Sean McCarra might work with, you know, the Mr. Marin, Sebastian Marin there, and just go wide and leave poor Holloway out to dry there. Like, you never know what's going to happen. That's where the teammates, and who's got tape and doesn't have tape, it's all going to come into play with 2 quick.
Don't forget to hit that like button for these guys. Let them know you appreciate them. Appreciate each and one of you guys. 24 people watching live right here. This is it. Butler's going to be on the bottom. Holloway's up top. You want to talk about being close? That's close. They're not giving nothing. Now we're jumping up into the 3 wide stuff again. 24 says, I got to make a move. Everett does. I got to make it now. The 85, Al Cena doing his job on the bottom. Pushing. Keeping Butler in the rocking chair out front. Holloway praying to God the number 6 can shove him just a little bit harder. And now you got the 5 right there, Makara. He's up on the top side. Whoa, we got trouble. Paul Witt around, up against the wall. White flagging, we're going to keep it green. Who's it going to be? Hell, I'm all choked up over it. Butler trying to hang on with everything he's got. Now we're 3 wide. The 85 is pushing like never before. Coming down to the final turn, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Butler or is it going to be the number 6 of Sebastian Marin? Now we're going 3 wide. Trouble back in the back. Everybody's being turned. Who is going to cross the finish line?
McCarra.
Butler does it sideways. But Sean Makara is being shown the winner, folks.
That was wild.
I'm going to go back and watch this one again. We're going to ride along with your winner. Watch this mess. And God parted the seas. There's your winner, folks, and that's how he did it.
He's fifth truck back on the inside lane and goes all the way up to first in 1.5 turns.
I'll tell you what, I've seen it happen so many times. It doesn't matter if you're the first in first place or you're from 8th or 9th place. You've still got that shot at the very end, the last 500 yards to win this race.
Well, my driver got hit with a passing under yellow penalty because a truck behind would not catch up when it was go time and end up having to do a stop and go and went 2 laps down.
There's your race winner. It's going to be Sean Makara, I believe. That's how you say the last name, Makara. I could probably call him anything I want right now, and he really isn't going to give a crap because he won it. Let's sit right here. Let's see if he gives us a little bit of a victory burnout. He gonna set it up for it. And there is your winner. What a crazy, crazy end of a race. Run it back one more time to let you guys see it. I have to run it back quite a far, but we'll watch it. The number 5, the last one in the back. Take a look at this. Goes through, misses that one, misses this one right here. Smacks the wall, not a problem. Comes right across and wins this bad boy. Now that is pretty crazy. You guys stick around. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk to him here. MaxspeedTV Super Speedway Kings. Coming right back at you after this. Nice to see all of you guys with us still. You haven't went nowhere. You're not gone anywhere, and I appreciate that. Super Speedway Kings, MaxspeedTV style. Right here coming at you. The Three Cats has won Daytona. Top 3 drivers. Gonna start off with Zachary. It's Lima. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Hot dog. I finally said the last name right. That was a little bit hairy there. In your perspective, what was it like?
Well, I was in really good spot there, pushing my teammate Sebastian, and just looked like we wrecked coming to the trial.
I'll tell you, it was everybody was going every which way. To be honest with you, it was kind of crazy. But the whole entire race was pretty darn clean, to say the least. I mean, awesome driving by everybody, really. Third place, not too bad. You got the points, and that's what we're looking for at the end, is points for that big picture. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Me and the team still trying to figure out our setup, you know, because it's open, and hopefully we can compete a little bit harder in qualifying next week.
I'll tell you what, third place is not too shabby with the type of talent we got out here. I will tell you that. Congratulations on your top third place, and podium's yours, brother. Who do you want to thank before I let you go?
I just want to thank the whole team, yeah, Jackson, Sebastian, and Steve Korosek. It's us four, you know, and we practice a lot to try to win these races.
Like I said, third place, nothing to shake your head about at all. It's all about the points. And we'll catch you next week, see if we can't move it up a couple more spots, and we'll talk to you in the winner's circle. Till then, you be safe, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Gabe. Tell you what, you guys never cease to amaze me on how you can make a finish so darn exciting.
Yeah, maybe I'll get across the line without being upside down or backwards one of these days.
I'll tell you, I don't know, man. It happened really fast. It's super speedway racing, but good Lord Almighty! I mean, you went from the back to the front. You started on the pole. You're no stranger to doing this. When it gets hairy, you run back to the back. You run a few laps down underneath your belt. Let things wind down, calm down. And you work your way back up front. If I had a quarter for every truck you passed tonight, I could probably go to McDonald's. Well, at least I could have. But congratulations. It wasn't your night to be, though. But, man, awesome driving that you did, Gabe. Always a pleasure watching you run around this place. And it's a tough one to swallow, I know. But you're looking at the big picture. You got some good points tonight anyway.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's still early in the season, so I'll take the points, and a P2 finish with this group is pretty good, I think. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a fun race. I was kind of expecting more carnage at Daytona, but everybody did well for 2/3 of the race, it looked like. And I mean, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Well, it was fun watching. All right, buddy. Congratulations. Second place. Who do you want to thank before I let you get out of here?
Shout out to Jimmy for putting this on, Steele for being the admin. He does a great job. And of course, my team, Bootnaka, fellas are always great to race with. And without them, I wouldn't be anywhere close to being P2. And just a congratulations to Sean on the win and Zach on his third place finish. Awesome job.
All right, my friend. Get out of that rig. Take it easy. Relax. And we'll catch you next week. Do it again.
Thanks, Bobby, and appreciate your broadcast.
All right. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you later. Be safe. All right. You know, there's a little somewhere, and I'm not sure exactly where or what, but I know somewhere in the Bible there it talks about how they parted the seas. And I'll tell you, that came to my mind, Sean, when that accident happened in front of you. We went back into the cockpit and we watched it, and you had them on top of you. You had them on the side of you. You had them all over you, brother. And you managed just to just hit the wall and bring it on to the victory. Now, I got to ask you, how tight was your butt when you saw that happening in front of you with 500 yards to go to the race?
I think two cheeks became one. It was so tight, actually. I have no idea what you meant on top. If you mean outside or physically on top of the truck, but I think both are true, so I'll let that slide.
They were all over. They were up on your top, on your sides. I mean, I don't know how you did it.
I mean, plain and simple, sometimes skill gets you to the front at super speedways, other times it's luck, and that time it was luck.
Well, I'll tell you, if that's luck, I'd love to have some of it. Because you were back of the pack, you're pushing, and then all of a sudden it just parted ways. And it's like, there you go, Sean. Oh, you know what I mean? And there you go. Boom. Victory.
Yeah, I just try to put myself in a position to get myself a chance to win, especially should something like that happen, and worked out for me tonight.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. Congratulations, and that's what it is. I've seen races so many times, buddy, where it parts ways, parts the sea. You know, a guy 7th, 8th, and 9th place comes out and wins the race. It's super speedway racing. That's what it is. That's how it works, and that's what everybody is going to, you know, they expect it. They know it. You just got to be able to react. And I'm telling you what, your reaction time, holy crap, pretty darn fast if you ask me, because I don't know how you got through that stuff. But congratulations, you won it tonight. You got some good points coming into this league and this season here, and that's what it's all about, is the points. But, buddy, you're the winner tonight. Daytona, congratulations. Who do you want to thank before I let you go?
Just thank all my teammates, you know, Jim Meyer, Dan Holloway, Mark Mann, Rick Seabrans. All of them were very good teammates tonight, and none of them directly gave me a push there at the end since we were all kind of split off through all that wrecking. But they're always such a huge help, so I'll just give them all a general thank you.
Well, you know what? You're a stand-up feller, and get out of that rig. Get yourself something to drink. You definitely deserve it. Great job. I mean, I still don't know how you did it. You had them all over you, son. Go back and watch it. It was pretty spectacular. But congratulations, and we'll catch you next week and see if you can't double down, all right?
Well, that was already back-to-back, so I'm going to go for 3 in a row next
Was
week.
You did win, didn't you?
It was,
I
yeah.
thought you did, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to stick my foot in my mouth because, well, it's usually there quite a bit anyway. 3 in a row is what we're shooting for.
That is absolutely the goal. I'm looking forward to getting back to it.
I would love to see that one. Well, hey, you know what? It can happen. If anybody can do it, you can. You're well on your way, my friend. So we'll talk to you next week. Good luck. Take it easy and be safe.
All right, thank you very
All right,
much.
bud. That's it, guys. We did it. Wow, what a race. These guys never cease to amaze me. I'm telling you, they don't. Race winner. 2 in a row now. Going for 3. Akara. Unbelievable. Thanks, everybody out there for YouTube watching. We appreciate it. You guys stay safe. This is Bobby with all the hobbies. My buddy Big E helping me doing his admin stuff that he's got to do. Jimmy Crow for putting this thing on. I don't know how he's done it. He's got some of the best drivers around. It's unbelievable. It's a blast to watch. I appreciate each and every one of you guys out there watching. Please hit that like button before you take off and get out of here. We'll, guys, catch you next Tuesday night. Until then, have a safe 4th of July weekend, all right? Meantime, we'll see you.